Hey guys, and welcome back to Watch Trading Academy. I'm enjoying some Cuban coffee, and today we're going to talk about Kevin O'Leary, the weird guy from Shark Tank who's doing some weird stuff on FTX, but then is doing watch stuff too. So, back to my Cuban coffee. Anyways. So, we're actually going to talk about why celebrities like Kevin O'Leary are continuously talking about watches outperforming the S&P, outperforming the stock market, and continuously recommending people buy watches. Watches. Like if you watch some MSNBC segments where he's talking, or you see that he appears on the Money Show, he'll constantly be talking about either getting a new watch or why he's buying watches. And this is something I've been trying to teach people for the last 10 plus years. There is a different component of investing when you're buying real assets. And this is the thing people don't understand. Again, if you're new to this channel, this is Watch Trading Academy, where we teach people how to buy, trade, and sell luxury watches to obviously make a profit. If you have $1,500 access to a post office and a computer, you can get started for free. There's a link in the description where I'm going to show you exactly how to get started completely free. And if you're ready to actually join the greatest Watch Trading Academy in the world, then just click the second link and join us. But the argument here is, why are celebrities talking about watches? Why are they buying so many? And aren't watches just a vanity and a loss of money? Well, they're really not. So first off, we've proved 1,000 times over why watches are investments. You can watch any of our past videos, and we've been teaching people how to do that, and I've created plenty of six-figure earners for the last 10 plus years. I've been doing this 20 years, blah, 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 blah. But one thing that's been happening more and more recently is the rise and fall of these micro investment concepts, such as Bitcoin. Bitcoin was one of these examples where, or NFTs, where you were basically buying something in the hopes that it was going up. 9 out of 10 buyers of Bitcoin, I would even go as far as saying 9.5 out of 10 buyers of Bitcoin, probably had no idea on any basis what Bitcoin did or how it worked. The idea was that they had a cost of entry that was low, so they could play and anyone could get in, and the goal was that it would keep going up. So there wasn't really systemized strategy other than very simplistic terms used to describe the investment. It's a finite amount of money, it's not infinite, so it'll go up. It's got real utility behind it, and projects are getting used, and it can't get tracked by the government. So like, now you have these very simplistic terms used to basically con people who have very little knowledge of the investment sector. And as a result, you get a ton of mainstream people playing, and this boosts pricing up. And when they see their friends making money, then the rest jump in, and so on and so forth. So when all the mainstream is basically in and you can't get any better, then everybody else just basically pulls out and they got your money and you don't. That is the idea behind these micro investment concepts, especially because they're not regulated. So then came, hey, Bitcoin's kind of starting to slow down. Let's get into this other thing, NFTs, or trading cards. Trading cards were also a big thing in the last couple of years, like more so in the last couple of years, because more money was being fueled in the economy. So let's talk about NFTs for a second. The idea, the technology, cool idea. 9.8 people out of 10 probably had no idea how an NFT even worked or what it was. But the idea that you could buy a picture on your phone, and as a result that picture would be stored in your wallet digitally and would be worth millions, was exciting. It's the perfect storm of instant gratification and lack of knowledge. It came together and it created all of these openings where people could make a ton of money, right? And as a result, these weren't really there to stay, and so they collapsed. This is not news. This is the same as trading cards. Trading cards will go up, will come down, they'll come significantly down. Someone said, well, watches, and specifically cars, are the same thing. They go up, they go down, and they crash. Yeah, but they don't crash to zero. That's the argument. And the other argument that's really important to understand too is that when you think about, for example, the fact that someone could have bought an NFT, which was a picture of a monkey, on their phone, or a digital piece of real estate on an imaginary island, where they thought that somehow having a picture of a house on your phone that a meme could get, anyways, we're not even going to get into that, somehow was worth $3 million. Okay, let's let's put two and two together here. Either you buy a picture of a monkey on your phone, or you buy a Bugatti for $3 million. One of them is expected to skyrocket to the moon with no data backing it. The other one is a scarce asset that every rich person on earth identifies and acknowledges as the greatest accomplishment in automotive history. So try to understand that. Every rich person on the planet wants this and can't have it. Or you can have a picture of an imaginary house on your phone. Let's say that both of them go down to $100,000 in value and both completely lose the investment. Two things remain true for the Bugatti. You still have the greatest car ever built on the planet to drive, and the most expensive one. And two, you still have a car. On the other hand, you have an animation of a house on your phone. Try to understand the utility of alternative assets, and that is the key. Even if the Rolex goes down, the Rolex has a status worth, it has real gold in it, it can be melted, so its potential for crashing is very little. The counter argument is, will there be a time in our entire population when luxury goods will be obsolete and non-existent? I would argue never. As long as that remains true of civilization, that richer people will have richer people things and poor people will not have those things, as long as that remains true, then utility assets will always be worth more. And that is something that people just have to understand, that is why watches and cars, like I teach at Watch Trading Academy and Exotic Car Hacks, are significantly different from investments like sneakers, or investments like baseball cards, or investments like Pokemon cards, or even NFTs, virtual real estate, or any of that trash. The argument is not that those can't make money. The argument is not that someone never made money with Bitcoin. The ideology behind it is that it's not built on a solid foundation. And so as a result of that, it is always going to be subjective to those who control the market and manipulate it in their way. That is why I'm just not a believer of those other investment patterns, and that is why I focus heavily on watch trading and basically car collecting, because there's such an opportunity there that doesn't exist anywhere else. So this is why we teach you what we teach you here at Watch Trading Academy and Exotic Car Hacks. So if you've seen more celebrities talk about that, it's because we've done this for 20 years, been teaching it online for over 10, and there's a lot of people that are starting to catch on to what we're doing and saying, wow, these guys, that's true, there's a lot of truth to that, but they're just catching on now. We've been teaching this for 13 years. So join us and learn this trade from the original guys that basically created it. And I promise you, your life will improve day in and day out. So this is why celebrities are talking about this. This is why more people are noticing what we're doing. And this is why it's so important that you start playing today. So click the link and I will catch you guys in the next video. But don't forget, tell me who was the person that opened your eyes to the world of luxuries like watches and cars in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time for Watch Trading Academy.
Definitely, if you're into watches and you want to be serious about it, the best part to learn about it would be WTA.
I've seen the watch market take off in the past couple of years, but there's still a lot of opportunity for growth in the market. More and more people are jumping into it, and I think that now would be a perfect opportunity to jump in.
Even from November to what are we in June? We're 7-8 months. I'm sitting right about 30K in profit.
The amount of money that I'm making, is life-changing.
Last month, we did over 21K in profit, end up over 300 maybe this year, but.
And now I can work wherever I want, whenever I want. I don't have a boss that I have to worry about.
It's something crazy.
Yeah.
You tell that to somebody and they won't believe it.
Right.
Until you experience it and you do it and you tell them it's true. There's thousands, even millions of watches that there's plenty of money to be made.
Just get started. If you make mistakes, it's fine. It'll pay off, down the line.